So here I have the Giiker i2 Smart Cube, which is like their i3 3x3 Smart Cube, however it's a 2x2, and I believe this is the only 2x2 Smart Cube that I am aware of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when this video is uploaded, this is, I believe, the only 2x2 Smart Cube. So let's get into the specs. So this cube weighs 71 grams at the size of 49 millimeters. So the weight, that's fine, and it's kind of lighter than I thought actually. And 49 millimeters is on the smaller size. I don't mind it because I've got kind of small hands, but I know for some it might feel a bit small. It's only available in black, however it has these tiles, and they're quite nice actually, and it gives a good look to it, it does. So in terms of this spec, it's actually quite nice and it's a decent smart cube, but obviously this is meant to go with an app, so in terms of performance it turns nice actually. So the corner cutting is about line to line for main, and reverse, it's not the best, however it is effortless. Now I found out of the box it was quite dry and felt a bit scratchy, but after I broke it in and lubed it, it became really nice, and I quite like it. I like the feel of it. It has got magnets. They're not that noticeable. They do help in the back scenes, which is what they're meant to do. They're not noticeable, which is a big difference from the i3, which is loud, clacky magnets. So let's get into the app. Hey, so much like the Giiker i3s, it uses the same app where I do one turn of the cube to turn it on. Now here we can see GI28 so on, that is this cube. I've not renamed it. So I can click on it to pair it up and just wait whilst it loads, and it's the same sort of app as the i3s or whatever cube you're using. It all connects to this SuperCube app, which you can download from the App Store, and I will link below in the description. So again, up here I have the settings now. I messed around with this a bit before off camera before it was connected. So here it's showing is not solved, whereas it really is. So what I can do is I press this button down here and this resets it. I click wrong state and I say do a solve reset. Now here, as we notice, it's all connected up, which that's good. It tells me my battery life, the cube name, which I can go and rename if I want. So I'll just name it to something stupid because I've not really got much of an imagination, so I'm just naming it to Bennett 2x2. And now whenever I sync up, this cube will be known as Bennett 2x2. Any questions up here? Now I come back down here, and like the 3x3 one, which go watch that video if you haven't seen it already, it gives me a tutorial. I've not checked this out too much. I did a bit, but it's the same sort of idea where we do a little lesson about it and it tells me about how it is, and I can pause it and exit here, and then it will come through and it will test me here, which I think that's quite cool. Please tap on all the F face colours, which that would be those. So I can come through and do a tutorial, and like the 3x3 app, it can teach you how to solve, which that's quite cool. So down here I've got games, but we've only got one, not like with the 3x3 where I had loads of games. I've only got this Cube Crush game. So let's see how we can do this. So we've got to match faces up. So if we look down here, I've got a block of blue and a block of red. So I can solve it like that and it will disappear. So I now want to get a yellow piece in here. And now I've done that. So we just keep going with it and see basically what score we can get. And it does actually get quite tricky towards the end. It's not the most simple. So I need to insert an orange piece in here. And it gives us a limited number of moves, which I think is quite cool. And it makes you think a bit, which is quite nice. So anyway, I'll just clap and we'll see at one point we'll run out of moves. Like I've got 4 moves here. And I do get extra moves, by the way, for each correct bit I get. Now, it gives me a score and so on. So, let's go back to home. Now, this cube is all scrambled up, and say you don't know how to solve it, or you just can't be bothered. We can come down here to this little rocket ship in the bottom, and go to solver. So, follow me to solve the cube. And what it does, is it will go on what's facing up. So, it should base it off of this piece here, and it wants green facing up, white facing front, and the orange facing right. So I click OK, and I follow it round as it solves it. Which, that's quite quick. It's good just to get it solved if you can't be bothered or whatever. Down here, I get the rankings, which is just the top 1,000. And here, I can come on and I can do the scramble. So, just messing around with times, and so on. They're like, you can just get your times in your sort of analytics. Now, here in the top right, we see 2 arrows that almost cross and it says off. Now it says on, and this gives me an actual algorithm to scramble. So let's try this scramble. So, as soon as I finish this, so actually one quick thing to note is, here it tells you to do a U prime, but if I do a U, it tells me how to correct it. So, as soon as I do this last move in the algorithm, it should start the time automatically, which it does, and it gives me some inspection time. So, let me look, which, by the way, I'd just like to say, I cannot see this cube because I am looking through a camera, but I can still go on it. So 9.94 seconds, not the greatest, but it shows this cube is good. Now, it says best with this little calendar, and that basically means that's your best within a certain period of time. And I can get my summary on it, 32 moves, and it actually gives me my solution, which that's something it didn't do on the 3x3 one. It tells you the moves I used, it gives me my fluency, my TPS and so on, which that's quite useful. Unlike the 3x3, it doesn't give you how long it took for each step in a method. So with 3x3 it tells you how long it took to make the cross, how long it took to insert the corners. But this is slightly different. There are so many methods, and half the time you can get a 4-move scramble, which you use no method, and you just almost reverse the scramble. And so it's kind of hard to do. Now, the last section we can look at is this battle mode. So let's have a quick look at that. So here, I am now in this battle section of the app. So we click here in the bottom option that says battle, and we click go. This follows standard competition rules like the 3x3, and in fact, as it's the same app, it's the same concept, except rather than using a 3x3, we do it on 2x2. So green on front, and we'll do the scramble. So we just wait for it to go. So, as you can see, we've won against the opponent, and I got 8 seconds with 38 moves and a TPS of 4.57, and it gives me all the stats in it, and it gives me what they got as well, and I beat them, which is good. So yeah, that's the app of this Giiker thing, and it's the same as the 3x3 video, because it's the same app basically, except we just connect this. And as we can see, it kind of just changes some bits around, like the tutorial, as it understands the cube. So I've had this cube now for around a month or so, and I've played with it every day. It's really fun actually, because it's not just solving a 2x2. Normally I find 2x2 is quite a boring event personally. It's too quick. It's over in a maximum of 10 seconds for the sort of event, and it's just boring. But this kind of keeps it fresh because of this competitive nature, and most of us cubers have it. This sort of battle mode, it keeps it interesting and fun, and that's something which I think a lot of companies need to invest in, getting this battle mode, because it is fun and it does work. It keeps it competitive. Now, the game section was a bit disappointing compared to the 3x3. Also, it had one game. That one game gets boring really quite quick, and so they need to introduce some more. I know it's a 2x2 and there's less to do, but for like it's not the most fun only having one game, and you could probably build some more into this. So ultimately, I think they should include more games. Now, one thing which I think would be good, and I think this as well for the 3x3 version, is they should add in more advanced tutorials, because the tutorial only teaches you how to solve it, but it doesn't teach how to say get quick and how to use a more advanced method. For instance, Ortega or something like F2L. And I know they are a bit harder to do and it doesn't follow one set of rules, but it could be done, and I think they should do that. That would be quite nice to do. Now, it comes in at the price of £30, which I will link down in the description below. And if you ever want to get any cubes, go to cubesuk.com. They're really good, especially if you live in the UK or anywhere really in Europe. They're quite good. You can get your cubes quick. And £30, this is great. I mean, there are many 3x3s that cost more than that. Look at GAN, half a volt costs more than that. I mean, for a 3x3 it's a lot more, but this is for a 2x2, sorry, for a 2x2 this costs quite a lot, but it's got electronic internals, it connects your phone, so the price is almost, yeah, it's redeemed, and it doesn't cost too bad actually. Now, I think this cube is like really good. One thing though is I would rather they had a proper charger, which they don't in this. So I've been looking for a while, and I believe this didn't come with a charger in the box or anything. It'd be nice if it almost had a miniature headphone jack, which I guess could be hard, but not impossible. Now, look in here, just in there, you can't really see it that well. There seems to be a slot for a sort of coin battery. I'm not too sure, and I don't actually know how to change it. Comment down below, but I think I need to take the cube apart and pull this out, which is a bit of a shame. I'd rather just be able to plug it in. But overall, this is a great cube, and for £30, I would honestly recommend it to anyone who wants to learn or just get quicker, because that timer feature as well of the algorithm does help you improve, and you can see your souls, see where maybe you could have saved moves. So I personally would recommend this cube. So if you are interested in buying it, look in the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.